Hi, Sean Huckster here. Welcome to Magical Little Worlds with me. Today we're going to look at the Polly Pocket Starbright Dinner Party. But not just the Polly Pocket Starbright Dinner Party. This is the vintage one. I bought this cheap. Lights don't work. It's this bottom is supposed to be purple. So it's old. It's cracked. It's got problems, but I bought it very cheaply. And I thought I could maybe restore the lights. With the condition it's in, probably not going to happen. But one of the reasons I got this as well is for comparison's sake, because today this happened. And I'm going to pull this out. I purchased this on eBay. And, I'm going to zoom out a little bit further. I purchased this on eBay with damaged box sale. And the photo showed damaged box, but like really crushed, and it's really not. So I'm doing pretty good here, actually. The package itself is good. The piece is loose in the package, but that's fine. I'm sure it's perfectly fine. Now, I just have to open this. Always helps to have one of these handy. So let's first, before we do open it though, let's look at the box. We're talking Polly Pocket Keepsake Collection Starlight Dinner Party. Now, there's been some discussion as to why they changed it from Starbright to Starlight. And I mean, it would only be theory. I certainly couldn't speak with any kind of authority, but it seems to me that Starbright was the name, or had later become the name of a well-known toy, a doll. So they probably didn't want brand confusion, and there might have even been some brand conflict with the word Starbright now. But other than that, what we have inside, well, let's wait till we get to the opening. So there's a bow on top. I mean, this was meant to be a collector's box. Someone's going to slice the tape here. Some of these collector's boxes are pretty well produced in such a way that they are designed to be opened easily and then put back easily so that a collector doesn't have to destroy the packaging and can display the toy afterwards in a reasonably purchased way. I'm just going to try to figure out how to... I'm just going to pull the compact out, which is probably all you need to do. And then the figures are on this little separate piece, which I don't think I'll even cut away. I'm going to pull the figures out if I can. Sometimes this wrapping plastic can be quite thick and hard to remove the characters from, but I think that's fine. So, enough said about the packaging. It's kind of nice, right? Lights up. Well, that's good because it's supposed to. And, the packaging is, good collector's packaging. I like it. But we're going to focus on the compact itself. Well, first thing you notice is, yeah, it's a reproduction. Time to zoom in a little. Batteries. Okay, so let's open this up. Let's see where the batteries go in. So there is a place to load the batteries, which is different. If you look at the original has a single screw here. That screw lifted up the front foyer, and from there you can place the batteries under there. Here, it's a little different. They've obviously modernized the packaging. Sorry, I cut myself there. It wasn't the X-Acto knife, though. Opening this. When you're crafting and building 3D things, you work with sharp tools, and that could be a problem. I end up with a lot of cuts. Sorry about that. I'm going to try not to display that. So, simple AA battery 1, AA battery 2. Pop the cap back on. And always back screw it a little before you screw in so that the screw can find its notches. Otherwise, you may strip. And now the batteries are in place. So, in the original, the light switch is back here. The little green thing. And in here, I assume it's going to be in the same place, but I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah, so it is. It's a little different, though. It's a button instead of a slider switch. An original mechanism of the switches on some of these light-up sets was kind of clever. It slid across to turn on, and then a little piece up here in the closing case was designed to come down and shut it off by pushing the button back over again. Which was clever because you can then be assured that when you close the set, the lights aren't on, even though you couldn't see whether the lights are on. So you don't know if you're wasting battery or not. But that way, when you close this, it shuts down, and it's very clever. I've seen that in several of the sets. This one's different, but this one has a light here, and I don't know. Okay, so there's the lights. Push once, Push twice. Okay, some of these, like some of the Polyville sets have a 3-way light system, but this is simply on-off. What I don't know is what happens when you close this, because this appears to be a button that if you push it, I wonder. So if I close this, is it going to turn on, I wonder? I don't know. We'll find out. All right. Let's talk about the set and the comparison. I'm going to tilt my camera down a bit now because we definitely want to see what's going on down here. All right. So ignore the characters here. When I bought this on eBay, it came with some polys, but not the ones that came with, and an unusual cat, I'm not sure. Almost looks maybe like from the Aristocat set. I don't know. Maybe some random toy. Doesn't know. I don't know. So what do we end up with is more or less the same layout, same set inside. It's even a similar color. The pink part is purple in the original. Everything else seems fairly similar. There's obvious swaps of color. Your case is different, of course. You don't want to confuse the original with the vintage or with the new one. The curtains that slide are a different color. But other than that, the functions basically are the same. They're going to be somewhat different in form and shape. For example, the chairs up here have these little stars in them, and these chairs don't have hearts. And there are other changes throughout, but mostly the same. I love this spiral staircase. Absolutely love this. It's one of the reasons I like this set. I'm actually building a Doom Zone type thing, a Mighty Max compact or a head myself, and I am employing spiral staircases because I love them. All right, so downstairs you have your gates that open, as always. I mean, not always. A lot of Polly Pocket sets have gates that open, and that's kind of cute. Then you come down here. Then you have chairs that swivel around a table. The table has chandeliers or candelabras, I guess, not chandeliers. I should have closed this to reveal the secret, but that's okay. The cute thing here is this this table has a meal set out, and then you have this dining cart. But if you push the dining cart, it swaps the meal out for 3 different ones, and that has brilliant, brilliant design. And you will note that in the original, it does the same thing. It's a little stickier because it's old, but it still performs the same function, and it's really clever. I love the fact that they stuck to the original as much as they could, and then yet still updated it. Like there's a television in the corner back here. Here there's a star. Don't know why. Don't know what that star does. Maybe it's a hint that this is the Starlight Dinner Party. We have a refrigerator here that opens, and inside you see some stuff, some things that you want to keep cold. Here's your little kitchen area. And let me just check the molding to see how closely they got to the original kitchen. Not exactly the same, but close enough. Actually, is it the same? It almost looks the same. Yeah, so anyway, not bad at all. And then over here we have a fireplace with a mantle clock. Mantle clocks feature in a lot of Polly Pocket sets. And then you have the curved couch facing the table, or facing the fireplace, and then another chair here with a cushion in it. Now the chair in the original didn't have a star cushion. It had a standard kind of square cushion. This one has a star cushion. We've gone they've doubled down on the star motif because there's a star mat here that in the original is not a star. So they really seem to like their star idea. And then there's a stereo here. And that actually is the same as the original, or very, very close to it. They both had stereos. And that's basically it for the bottom. Oh, right, I forgot this important part. So basically you're in a restaurant, you're looking out these windows, and then you can slide these open to reveal that you're in Polywood. I would say that's Poly, and it's supposed to move on to Polywood, I'm sure. That's the joke there. So upstairs, we have, this is interesting, we've got things here, an umbrella bucket and boots and hat, coat and a scarf, molded in. Like actually, here, it's painted on, as you can see. But here, it's molded in. There's a hole in the pink surface, and plastic comes through, which has also been painted, I believe. And then up here you've got plants. Here's your bathroom with your toilet and your bath, and your accoutrements, and then there's a mirror here to do your makeup. And oh, by the way, a character can sit here, and there's a sink. Then you go the spiral staircase up to the dressing area, where you have a closet with a sliding door. Sliding door has a star hole in it, as I talked about before. They're doubling down on the stars. There's no star on the original. And upstairs, you go further up, and then you're basically, I think they want to tell you here you're on the roof. And your plant is here, and you've got this star. Is that, I don't know if that's supposed to be just a star. It almost looks like a grandfather clock, but I really don't think it is. So up here, it's a lantern. It's very clearly like an old street lantern. This one appears to be the same, but a different design, and it's a Starlight. So let's turn it on again. And now you see everything that lights up. So the mirror lights up. The moon and starscape lights up. Let me just turn the light off for a second. It doesn't, it's hard to read on the camera. But these stars light up as well in a darkened room. They light better. And then this lights up quite brightly, which then forms the light inside the closet. So you can see what clothing you're going to pick out. The mirror is well lit. I love it. And then downstairs, the candelabra lights up. And the fireplace. Look, and the fireplace even flickers. That's unexpected. I do love that. Let's, for a moment, look at the characters. Again, I didn't have the originals that were here for the original set. But here we have, again, I don't really know the characters, but I do know this is Polly. Polly with her standard blonde hair and bow. She's got a lavender dress and pretty much standard Polly Pocket character. And she can fit anywhere. Let's put her up here. And then I know Polly has a character that has blonde hair that's a friend of hers, and I don't know her name offhand. Don't complain. And she's carrying a little star gift or a ring. It looks like a thumb ring, but I don't think that's what the intent is. But maybe she's just carrying a ring box. Well, maybe she's carrying a Polly Pocket ring box. I don't know. And she can be placed anywhere. Let's put her here. And then another friend, whose name, again, I do not know. And she's carrying a gift as well. So I think that this is like a party. The dinner party is a gift party, maybe a birthday party. I don't know. But you're bringing gifts, so it's probably something pretty special. Let's place her here. And that is the Starlight versus the Starbright Dinner Party. I can't light this up, unfortunately. The lights don't work. I tried cleaning the battery leads. That wasn't the problem, so the problem is deeper inside. And because of the fragile plastic, I cannot open this up to fix the problem. And I won't be trying it any further. So, again, very cheap. I didn't mind. But having this, I think, makes up for not having a working original. Because this, despite some of the minor differences, it has the feel, the look, even the weight is similar. It's a very, very well done reproduction. It's a beautiful homage to the original while updating some of the features. And you've got your shiny Keepsake collection logo here compared to the Polly Pocket logo here. The bow is exactly the same almost, except again, big star. And I think enough said. It is a Keepsake collection, so if you can find it. I found this fairly cheaply because it was on eBay with a damaged box sale. Now, I bought it, and the photos on eBay showed a much more crushed box than mine, and so I'm not sure why I got a different one. And then I realized, oh, this seller has a bunch of these. Probably bought them from people that returned packages, maybe because he was selling damaged box again with the same photo. So I imagine he just has a lot of, or certainly a number of these with a damaged box, and didn't put up pictures of each individual one, and it's fine because the compact itself is absolutely pristine. There's nothing wrong with it, and the damaged box in my case was not even evident. I think the only damage on this box was that the interior pieces had come loose, so it wasn't secured firmly in the box. The box itself was fine. There's hardly a mark on it. All right. Just to open this up one more time, place our polys in here. These, like I said, are not the polys that came with the set, but I'm glad to have them because I know I can find out which sets these go with, and it's a very good chance that I've got them. Oh, let's get you settled. Slightly loose hinge. You know what? I'm just going to put it there. All right. Well, for Magical Little Worlds, once again, it's been me, Sean Huckster. See you soon.